hear me answer the same questions and stuff like that. But I usually like to just open it up to all of you so that now I'm kind of ugly on the screen. Now there are no lights. Lights? What's the minute? There you go, friend. Anyway, what am I going to say? I'm here and I'm going to let you ask me stuff instead of me talking about random things. Okay? I'm Caitlin Glass. Most people know me as Winry from Full Metal Alchemist. I'm really very excited to be here. I've heard only wonderful things about AWA and I'm experiencing those wonderful things for myself. So this is really awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me. And other stuff I've done, let's see, I'm also a director. I directed Orange High School along with playing Haruki Fujioka. And I'm in School Rumble and Inner Girl. I take my show. Lots of things. I feel very fortunate. I don't think I have a mic runner today, so how about not yet? You're going to raise your hand if you have a question. I'll call on you and stand up and nice and loud ask the question so that everybody can hear it, not just me. So like plan? All right, I'm going to stand up so that I can see. Who wants to ask me something? First hand I saw was back there with ears. Pardon me? I play Tamari, who's a British robot. And I also play Kisame, who has a split personality of Chiyu. So I play about three distinct voices. Actually 4. In the first Negima, there's also a little thing named Chaka Zero, the Chakamaru prototype. It sounds more like this. And so four voices for one show. It was a lot of fun. Yay. Other questions? He's mad that I met last night in the ball. Will I sign your jacket? Yes. My autograph session was 3. Where were you?
They walked it off.
They did.
Same thing with You're not putting this towards
Okay, well, you were at Troy's panel? All right, that's excusable. However, I don't want to take up these folks' precious time signing your item. So ask me later and I will sign it. Okay. What's next? In the back. How do I feel playing Haruhi? Like, what was it like? Oh, we awesome. It's really great because I like her a lot. No, playing Haruhi was a definite dream come true. I love the show, and that's why I wanted to direct it. I worked very hard to get to direct it and make it the best thing that I could for all of you fans who adored it to begin with, just like me. So getting to be an even bigger part of it by playing Haruhi was really wonderful, and I missed it. And the voice was a lot of fun, and I missed her as a character, and I wish I could play Haruhi every day for the rest of my life. That would make me very, very right here in the start. Oh my God! Oh yeah, not many people know it. It's so cool. I get asked often, all of us voice actors do, like, tell us funny stories about recording. And most of the time, I don't remember them at all. But I was recording a role in one of the Lupin movies, like Lupin the Third, Island of the Assassins, and I play like the lead female for the movie. So pretty new at voice acting, and I hadn't done a lot of fighting, well, I think at all. It was really my first time to have to do this. She's like a crazy ninja assassin girl. She takes on this room full of guys. And I do my best to do all these punching and kicking sounds, and I was not very good. It was pretty terrible. And so the director, Sunny Strait, who also plays Lupin, said to me, he's like, Caitlin, have you ever hit anyone? And I said, yes, actually I have. He's like, you have not. I said, yeah, I did. I slapped a guy in high school because he called me fat. Not that I thought I was, but you can still do that, you know? No, and I was really angry. It was in show choir, you know, there's no okay. And he said something I don't even remember, so I was just relaying the story to Sunny, whatever. He's like, okay, well, let's just try it again. So it's time to do another pass at this beat up the ninjas moment. And if you don't know, when we're recording, we hear a series of 3 beats as our cue. And where the 4th beat would be, that's where we start talking. So I hear beep, 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 badass. And screaming and kicking all the bad guys. My head is totally cut off. Our cameraman is
Sleeping.
I left to sit back down if you're going to watch. Sorry if anyone is trying to look at the nipples on. Next question. Oh, wow, over here with the red something. And then next to you. Sorry, yeah. How did you get started in it? As a voice actor? Sorry if you've heard this already. I'll tell it as fast as I can. I was already an anime fan. I enjoyed watching it. I was into it. Go anime. I was also a theater major in college, and I had 1 semester left. And a good friend of mine from church got his gig as an engineer there at Funimation. He'd been there for about 6 months, and he was like, "You like anime, and you're an actor. Why don't you come to the studio, and I'll give you a tour?" And I said, "Okay, heck yeah." So I go with him, go on the tour, he shows me around, I go in all the studios. We go into one studio, and the director asks who I am and what I do. The director is Eric Fail. You may know that voice actor. And when I mentioned that I was a theater student, he said, "Cool, why didn't you get in the booth?" They weren't recording anyone at the time. "Why didn't you get in the booth and do some lines for me?" I'm like, "Oh, okay." So, oh, it's fine. I have one. Thanks. So I get in there, and I say one line, and it was, "Ugly creep, how about I make you?" That's the line. Or the other kind of thing, the club time. To be a lot more violent. Anyway, so I said that one line, and I came out, and he said, "Great, why don't you give your information to Sarah down the hall, and you can work here." And I didn't believe him. I'm like, "Are you kidding?" I kept trying to give him my resume, and he didn't want it. But 4 days later, I came in, and I started work on Case Closed. And I did Case Closed. And then after that, it took about 6 months of just being in there every once in a while. Literally every 2 weeks, I would get maybe 1 or 2 hours of work. You just go in and save some little bit lines or be a background character. And then I auditioned for a show called Spiral. After I got cast as Fiona in Spiral, and from there on, I became Winry and Connie and Birth Angel and Ciela and all these things. So that's how I got my start. Yay! What's the question? Zoro. I think my greatest joy is meeting you guys. Definitely meeting you guys, because this is when the feedback happens. You know, when you're an actor on stage, there is an immediate payback. You tell a joke, and the audience laughs, and you hear it. Or you're having a real heartfelt moment, and you can sense that the entire theater is right there with you. But when you're voice acting, you don't have that at all. Sometimes you don't even have the other voices in the same sequence. So it's wonderful to come to conventions and hear them say, you know, from their own mouth, "I love such and such show," or "This is my favorite show, and you made it awesome." And I thought, especially when I hear, "Thank you for making Oron great." That just makes me laugh. It was so hard. Everybody in it just poured all their blood, sweat, and tears into that show. So that's definitely my greatest joy. And what was the other word you used? Greatest challenge is not punching dumb haters in the face. Greatest challenge is probably learning to balance the rest of my life out with everything else. During Oron in particular, we spent a lot of time in the studio, 12-hour, 14-hour days, just directing, solely directing. And then I would have to come in on the weekends to do voice acting. So that sometimes, and we were just behind schedule with that show. Not every show is that way, but learning how to balance